Thank you for joining us for this week's very special episode of The Men Are Talking. This week we delve deep into the mysteries of the occult and its influence on our children. Just kidding. This week we learned to play Magic the Gathering with the help of our special guest, Shelton the Younger. So named because he's a lot younger than the rest of us. This episode was also made possible thanks to Price Busters Games and Collectibles. Be sure to check them out. Enjoy the show. Let us know if you'd like to see more content like this. And now, the men are talking. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of The Men Are Talking. This week, we are coming to you from the studios at Price Busters Games and Collectibles in Pensacola, Florida. Today we are joined by Bill.
Hello.
And Paul, as usual.
Hello.
Michael has returned.
Hello.
And my future son-in-law, Shelton,
Howdy.
is joining us. In today's special episode, Shelton is going to be teaching us old men how to play Magic the Gathering.
Dun, dun, dun.
This should be fun and probably pretty stupid. So,
and I'm just officiating.
yeah, Michael's the ref.
He's the judge.
So, buckle up and enjoy the ride. And apparently, first thing we have to do is shuffle our cards.
Yeah, that is a very important step in Magic. So we love shuffling, and we're just going to do it like, do it however feels comfortable to you. Just don't bend them. That's kind of against the rules, at least my personal rules.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just kind of, put them in piles, do however you want to do them. Just get a good, even randomization. And then, you guys, you should have been given a card, a little black card that says, on your turn. So let's start there, because the way the game of Magic works is, obviously, everybody takes turns. So we are playing the very popular format of Magic the Gathering. It is not the way the game was originally intended to be played, but this has now since been endorsed by the company that makes it. So this is the format called Commander. So we are all playing with the Warhammer 40K precons. So they're all pre-constructed decks built by Wizards of the Coast for entry-level play and getting people into Magic. So I think we've got a pretty good matchup here. They're all evenly balanced against one another, so there's no unfair advantages. Exciting.
Yeah. Awesome.
So let's start with that on your turn card. So we're going to go through the phases of your turn.
Okay.
Yes, Bill.
I have a question.
What can I do for you, friend?
What's the purpose of the game before we get into how to play the game?
That is a good question. That is actually something I hadn't considered talking about.
Kill everything.
So you start the game with 40 life points, and your goal is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0. By however means necessary.
Murder.
Imagine yourself as a magician. They're called planeswalkers. So your goal, you have a large list of spells, and that is...
Is that like the people who walk on the wings of biplanes?
Close, but not quite.
Okay.
More like daywalkers at the trail.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So more blade.
That's a perfect example. More blade. So you have access to all these wonderful spells through your deck, which is your library. You have to spend mana to cast spells, and your job, like I said before, is to reduce your opponent's life to 0. And that's how you win. So you are going to, let's start with that on your turn.
Last man standing.
Yes, sir. Last man standing.
Real quick, also, in order to cast certain spells, you have to have an appropriate number of lands or mana available.
Yes.
That is one of the key things about why Magic is difficult.
Oh wait, this is hard?
Yeah, it can be.
Can be.
That's why we're not drinking tonight.
Oh.
So
okay, that makes sense. Now I know why we instituted that rule. Very good.
Thank
you, Michael.
There are 5 colors in Magic: red, white, black, green, and blue. Each one is representation of a different construct, but they're represented in different land types. Swamps are black, plains are white, forests are green, mountains are red, and islands are blue. So each of our decks is different colors. Larry, you're playing green, red, blue. Bill, you're playing mono, black. You got off easy. You're playing blue, black, red, Paul, and I am playing white, blue, black.
I'm only one color.
Yes, sir. You got out lucky. What
So Black Lives Matter.
They do, in fact. It's funny you say that because that deck is all about bringing stuff back from the dead. So,
Okay.
this is what we're going to do. Essentially, every Magic the Gathering card, if you look at your commander that you have off to the side.
He's Necrons.
Yeah, he's Necrons.
Oh,
yeah. So, this deck is built around one creature. It's your legendary creature. Okay, it's the commander of your deck. The theme of the deck typically fits with what your commander is trying to do. So, Larry, yours is put +1/+1 counters on things, be big and stompy, and swing out for big damage. Bill, yours is to put stuff into your graveyard and play it for free later. Yours, Paul, is a little different. Yours is a little more complex, but it's easy to figure out once you get it. Your commander allows you to cascade, which is something I'll get into a little bit later. Okay. But you're essentially trying to deal as much direct damage to people as you can because then you get stuff for free. And mine over here, I create clue tokens and I draw cards and have fun.
Fantastic.
So on the start of your turn, you untap all of your cards. Tapped being, so to tap a card would be like you have it down here on the play and you turn it to the side. That's called tapping.
Okay.
Everybody, let's draw 7 cards.
7.
Yes, your maximum hand size is 7 unless stated otherwise by a card. There are certain effects in Magic that allow you to have more than 7 and some that restrict you from having less than 7.
And may we look at the cards?
Yes, they
Very
are
good.
knowledge to you and not to the other players.
Very good.
For help, real quick, I'm just going to look at everyone's hand, saying whether they should keep or not.
I was gonna say- Yes.
For
I am not going to keep.
and what you can do is
Because once again, we don't know what we're doing.
So in other words, what you want to do is you want to have a decent amount of starting lands,
Okay?
and you
I got some lands.
and you want to make sure that those lands might help you to cast things quicker.
Okay.
Which is what I was
I would
referencing with
redraw.
yeah
that.
with colors. So for you, if you don't have enough colors to play your spells, I would not keep that hand. You want to make sure you have access to at least 2, if not all 3 of your colors in your opening hand.
Very good. Now,
But I don't
all
need
of them?
You don't need to worry about that.
Oh,
So as
really?
long as you have a decent amount, which
they were
to
good.
me I typically say 3 or 4, depending on what else you
3
have
or
in your
4.
hand. Lands in your starting hand.
Oh,
Shuffle
really?
and then
So
do it.
how do you swap out?
So if you don't keep the original 7 cards you have, a commander has what's called a free mulligan. And since we're playing pretty casual here, we're going to have as many mulligans as we need.
Okay.
But you can shuffle them back in and redraw 7 more cards.
So you
okay.
think these
So
are
they don't
okay,
have to go on the
Michael?
bottom. Just
No, you just shuffle them back
incorporate
in
them. 2?
and draw 7 more.
What?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I meant, or wait, I counted wrong.
You'll notice, gentlemen, and us that are playing more than one color, you'll have lands that will tap for either one of multiple colors or one of 2 different colors or whatever, because you cannot cast it. So each spell has a specific casting
That means
requirement.
nothing.
So if you look at your commander here, Paul, yours costs 5 mana total. So 2 of any color, and then at least 1 blue, at least 1 black, and at least 1 red.
Okay.
So you won't be able to cast your commander until you have at least 1 of at least each of your colors and 2 of any additional.
Okay. And by the way, the cards have a color and an icon. Does that correspond? So the skull face is black.
Yes, the skull is black,
Michael.
that little fire is red,
Okay.
and the little water droplet is blue.
Okay, because some of us, as my dad would say, are a bit more long in the tooth.
Found the extra card.
And so having the icons is definitely help. By the way, I
Not
just have to
extra.
say to our listeners, I'm kind of blown away at how solid, no pressure, by the way, Shelton is at explaining this stuff. It's kind of blowing my mind.
Well, I've been playing this game since I was 16 years old, and it is
like-
honestly one of the great
Which
loves
was
of
like
my
2
life.
years ago.
Hey, I'm at least 19. But no, it is one of the great loves of my life, and it's something I'm very passionate about, and I love to share with people.
All right. So how do we murder?
Yeah.
So the best way to murder and the easiest way to murder is going to
Wait,
be
why do we have cards out and you don't?
because I mulliganed and I was talking, and so I just went into mindless shuffle mode because that's just it's just you sit and play enough Magic, Just shuffle.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, now
Okay.
All
These
right.
three are good for their hands.
they're good for their hands?
Yeah,
All right,
All
cool.
right.
So I'm going to hand everybody 2d6. That's 2 6-sided dice.
Okay.
And this is how we're going to see who rolls to go first, or who goes first.
Oh, okay.
So everybody roll your 2d6, and highest number wins.
7.
7.
6.
4. All right, y'all both got 7s?
Yep.
Roll off.
6.
11.
All right, you're first.
Okay.
That's Paul, by the way, going first.
Paul's going first,
Going
and it will
first.
go clockwise, so I'll be going last.
And now the phases of the turn.
Exactly. Now so on the start of your turn, you untap your cards. Obviously, we have no cards to untap. So, and because it's a multiplayer game, you will get to draw a card on the start of your turn. So go ahead and draw a card.
Okay.
And now you go to your main phase. So you can do any of those things listed on your turn. You can play one land, but you can only play one land per turn unless otherwise stated by a card.
Okay.
So you get one free land drop per turn. Then, after your land drop, if you have anything you can play, go ahead and play it if it makes sense.
Okay.
There are different types of spells. There are what's called permanents, which are things that permanently stay on the battlefield, things that are going to be everything but an instant or a sorcery.
Okay.
And instants can be played at any time, and sorceries can only be played on your turn.
Gotcha. All right. Well, so I'm going to go ahead and do a land play.
Okay, play
Is that
your
the
land.
proper turn?
Yep, so you play your land.
And now what do I do?
You just place it down.
Face down or face up?
It'll be face up.
One of the things that you forgot to mention is how you're saying lands, the spells or creatures,
Oh.
artifacts.
So
That
it'll
is-
tell
that-
you.
That'll tell you what
there's
those
a-
are.
If you look at your
I
at
see.
your commander,
Between
you'll see right
sorcery,
here. It'll have a
artifact,
type
artifact.
line that'll tell on the other cards that will tell you what kind of spell it is.
Gotcha.
Or
So-
land.
Or if it's a land or an
Okay.
artifact or a creature or whatever.
Gotcha. All right. So
So that's how you know what it is.
And I lay it face up.
Yes, sir. Face up.
Sideways.
No, sir, and
Yeah,
not unless
No,
it specifies.
This one right here, it
Yes.
says it comes into play tapped.
So
So,
you
this is tapped.
That's tapped. Okay.
Yeah, tapped means that you cannot use it for that turn.
Okay. And,
Yes.
the card I am playing, by the way, is called Dismal Backwater.
Oh, no.
But
Bum.
Dismal Backwater has another thing to it, as well.
It says Dismal Backwater enters the battlefield tapped. When Dismal Backwater enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life.
So now instead of 40, you go up to 41.
All
go
right,
up to
now I
41.
have 41 lives. I feel like a really important cat.
That doesn't go up to 41, so just use
Yep, I
one
was
of these
gonna-
die.
I got you.
I have something here we can also use.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
Oh,
I have
look at
a-
Way
you.
better.
Yeah. So you'll go up to 1 life.
Okay, so yeah, those
I got you,
spin
okay.
counters, since
So
you have the phone,
Shel-
you guys can just...
Yeah, actually, we don't need to worry about the spin counters. We'll just use this life counter that I have.
Then
on
why
my
did
phone.
we learn how to use them?
It
Not
shows
everybody has these.
Shelton
Yeah.
has this wonderful life counter on his phone
I do.
Because this
that
isn't
divides
just
into
for
4.
you
So
guys,
it's
for the
it's a beautiful
listeners,
thing.
too.
Okay,
That's
so
all.
now having done that, do I do anything else?
You look at your hand, and if you have anything you can do, you can. But you have 1 mana that's untapped, and knowing that these are pre-constructed decks, there's nothing in there that you can play for free. So you would then go to from your main phase to combat. You have no creatures, therefore you pass through your combat, your second main phase. You have nothing else to do. So you go to your end step,
Okay.
and then you pass the turn over to Bill.
So on my second main phase, if I have another land, I can't play it.
No, sir.
it
you
says
can only
if you-
play 1
yeah.
per turn.
Understood. Like it says 1 per turn. There you go.
If you
like in the
haven't
first one.
already.
There you go. All right. So then I guess I'm done.
Yes.
So
Okay,
you
very
say,
good.
I
So you
pass
say-
the turn to Bill.
I pass the turn to Bill.
And,
Oh.
and just to clarify too, like future on, sometimes that instead of in the first main phase laying a land, you lay it in the second main phase.
Yeah, it just depends on the play you're making.
Understood. All right. Very good.
Or maybe you get to draw a card and you don't have a land, then you get to draw a card. Oh, I have a land, I can play it in my second land draw.
But I can only, like for this, where it says 1 and that. Am
Right.
I able to play that yet?
No,
Okay.
but you will on your next one.
On my next one. Okay.
So you lay your land for
So I'm
turn.
going to lay a land and pass the turn to Larry.
Alrighty.
Look how
Did you
well
draw a
I-
card?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Draw a
you got to
card
go
at
through the
beginning,
phases
right?
of your turn. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Untap means turn it this way.
Yes,
Correct.
sir. Upkeep is something that only matters when a
Draw.
certain trigger says, and
I
then you draw
played
a
a
card.
hand,
Yep.
and I can't combat. I can't play another land. I don't have any points or mana.
Correct.
Mana are the
Mana is when you do this. It brings mana to your
okay,
spells.
but I mean, is this the one
Yes.
or the number?
Both.
Oh, okay.
So
the symbol means it requires a specific type. The one means that
How
it
many?
could be of any. It could be any type, and how many of that type.
So if you look at your commander there,
Yeah.
it costs 1 of any color and then 3 black. So 4 altogether. So it could be, you're playing mono black, so you have nothing but black.
4.
So it will cost 4 mana total.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So then, do I turn this card sideways?
Not unless you're using it. So if you're not using it, no, sir.
I am. I mean, I'm just because I can't do anything else.
All right, so you pass the turn.
So
Oh.
I pass the turn to Larry.
That's another thing too.
Thank you.
That's another thing as well. That so when you tap your lands for mana, it only lasts for whatever phase you're on. So
Yes.
if you're in main phase and you tap mana and you go to combat, that mana goes away if you haven't used it.
Well, similar to the Old Testament. The man
Exactly what I was
was only
thinking.
good for one day.
Well, there we
I
go.
got in trouble there.
All right.
Fortunately, heaven is benevolent.
If I'm reading this correctly, I put this one down, and that allows me to also, if I have a mountain or forest card, I can put those down as well.
No. So what that says is, as Game Trail enters the battlefield, you may reveal a mountain or forest if you have one in your hand.
Right.
So if you do, you show us,
Right.
and if you do, it enters untapped. If you don't, it enters tapped.
Now-
All right. He revealed a mountain.
do I do with the mountain?
Did I go up a point?
No, he did because he played his land that allowed him to gain 1 life.
Oh, mine's just blank.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yours
I
is
got it.
basic.
And so-
Basic.
His is a non-basic.
And after
basic land.
after Larry shows us, he
Yep.
keeps it in his hand. So
Yep.
we need to try to remember.
We just
this.
remember he's
Larry
got a
showed
mountain.
us what?
He revealed
Nothing?
a mountain from his hand.
Nothing. You weren't looking.
I didn't know the rules.
You weren't looking.
I didn't want to cheat.
He's got a mountain in his hand.
He's got a mountain in his hand.
Forget Atlas.
I
Let's
saw
Okay.
Larry
check out
stealing
Larry.
out of
And
the
I
bank.
have nothing I can cast or anything, right?
I without looking at your hand, I wouldn't be able to tell
I
you.
don't think there's
Okay,
anything
here
that,
comes-
that I have for 0.
Here comes
0 or 1. You do have 1 mana now.
here
Oh,
comes
man.
Mentor
I do.
Mike to
I
help
can
you
just
out.
hear listeners
Oh.
dropping off left and right.
Once
No.
we get the flow of things going, we got this.
No,
I
it's
have
totally fine.
No
No.
freaking
I
clue.
assume-
Because I got a pretty cool turn 1, guys. Y'all are worried. Y'all should be worried. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
we should be.
I'm
'cause,
frightened.
yeah, you started playing this 46 years
I
ago.
know, right? Suddenly you went from being 17 to being 40 years old.
Yeah, she's only 17.
Oh, well,
Uh-oh.
I don't think this is...
All
Your
right,
honor.
so
this isn't really...
I pass to you, Shelton.
Alrighty, I'm going to untap. I have nothing to untap. I have no upkeep, so I will draw a card for turn. Then I am going to play a swamp, tap that swamp for a soul ring, which is an artifact that costs 1 mana, and I can tap it to add 2 generic mana to my mana pool.
Okay.
So then I'm going to tap that. Oh,
Question.
Yes, sir.
So what's different from your swamp and my swamp?
absolutely nothing other than the artwork,
Then why were you able to do what you just did?
because this costs 1 mana.
So I could have done something that cost 1 mana?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't have anything that costs 1 mana.
Okay.
How can we tell if it costs 1 mana?
It'll have a little 1 in the top corner.
And not another.
Not another symbol. If it
Symbol
has just a
next to it.
1, you're good.
See, I'm.
Gotcha.
What confused me was because mine are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
All I have is the black skull, and so I was like, okay, so I need 3 black skulls and a 1. So if I have a 1 and 2 black skulls, then I need 3 mana on the table to play that.
Yes, sir.
I thought
And
what
you
confused you
need
is that you're not a
specific
pagan.
types.
You needed just 1 mana of
any type.
any type. Got it. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you guys.
Okay.
So check this out, though. Hold on.
You're turning pagan pretty quick.
Now, question:
Answer.
you turn that sideways because you already used the mana.
Yes.
All right.
So now I'm going to turn this one sideways
You're done,
and use
Paul.
this 2 generic mana
I have no
to
idea
cast
what's
an Inquisitorial Rosette.
This is bullshit.
This is the hand I was drawn, my friend. I can do nothing.
I'm gonna call a mulligan.
I was gonna say suddenly the card turns when 2 are already turned.
Hey, whoa, hey.
Okay, so
right,
and
so-
you were able to do that because of
This
the.
taps
As the
for
card
2.
turns.
Okay, so that's in the instructions at the bottom.
That says right there, you can tap it, which is that little arrow symbol, which means turn it sideways.
Where your
Oh,
fingers
sorry.
covered.
So that little arrow symbol means to tap. So you can tap this,
And
which is turn
add
it sideways.
2 mana.
Add 2 mana that's colorless, that doesn't have a color. So because this costs 2 mana of any color, which
It
colorless,
doesn't have a color.
it doesn't have a color.
It all
So
comes down to color with you.
it all,
doesn't
yeah, you know.
Well, that's 2 references so far.
Oh man.
I am done.
You say that, we know better.
So what this is it's an equipment, and it says whenever equipped creature attacks, I get to create a 2/2 warrior creature token with vigilance that is also attacking, and then attacking creatures gain menace until end of turn.
Also, basically, remember the cards that he said that, oh, we don't need those yet, they'll come into play later?
Yeah.
I need them now.
That's what that creates, is the
Oh,
tokens.
I gotcha.
That's what they represent, something that, an effect of something that's on the board.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can do nothing else, and I'm going
Well, you
to
better
pass my
not
turn.
do anything else.
Very good. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
So now, as far as mana goes,
Yes, sir.
how do I know if I have any mana?
All right, you'll do this. Let me put my phone on silent.
Well, you
so
should
sorry.
because you've got a land tap.
Because the
Okay.
first thing you're
Land
going to
is
do
mana,
is
mana is
untap
land.
your card.
This will produce blue mana or black mana.
Yes.
Okay.
So now at the start of your turn,
Follow the card.
untap, follow your card, untap. There you go. Upkeep, you have no upkeep, so you draw a card for turn.
So you untap all of your cards.
All of
Everything
the
So
cards.
that stuff comes
will
back
untap.
into play.
Yeah.
Next turn, yes.
Hey.
Okay. All right. So now,
You can play a land for turn at the start of your
This
turn.
one I don't have to tap because there's no.
There was no reason.
No reason to tap it yet. Yeah, not until you
all
spend
right.
it.
And
Well,
now,
there's nothing to spend.
I
It's
think
basic.
I think
Yeah,
I'm a
so
little.
it just adds 1 black.
It
I'm a
is
little
basic.
confused on knowing how much mana I have.
Okay, so this will tap to add either 1 blue or 1 black. So you have 1 at the moment. So you could play another land to have 2.
So the mana that I have is determined by the cards that I have down here and what
Yes.
it says each turn.
Yes.
Okay. So if I wanna play a land, I go ahead and just do that,
Yep, go ahead, play your land. So
and it doesn't come down.
Yes, stuff.
It comes down on tap.
it comes down tapped. Yep.
Tapped, I'm sorry.
So you have your Crumbling Necropolis, which taps for 1 of any of your colors, which is good,
Nice.
and it enters tapped. So now,
I'm gonna ask Mentor Mike for any help. Is there
All
anything
right.
else I can do here?
Negative.
No. All right. So then,
Let me just
Just make sure.
real quick.
because I also have like one of these things, that thing right there. I'm waiting to unleash that on somebody.
hey, I had a turn 1 Soul Ring, which I don't know if y'all don't know this. It's probably the best start in Magic, Commander specifically.
Oh well,
Specifically-
isn't that a coincidence?
However, I will say this though: every one of the decks, I believe every one of the decks has a soul ring.
They do. All of them do.
what?
I
It
own
just
all of these
has-
decks.
has
They
this
all
one.
have a Soul Ring in it. So
Every one of these has
you have
one
the
of those.
potential to
Yeah.
get it at some
That's
point.
that's luck of the draw.
I'm just,
really is.
I'm just from go. It's like Shelton is a master of the game. Plus, he has all the cheat codes. He's not going to cheat us. He knows.
You know.
It's fine. All right. So now I need
Hey.
to pass my turn.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
I
like to
pass
point
my-
out.
Oh please.
I would like to point out to everybody listening that Shelton is playing with just a standard off the wall deck. He's
Yes.
not. This isn't something he's been, collecting cards for and stuff and designing himself to make the super
He's
mega.
not
Actually,
thing.
that's a really good point. And everyone is playing with one of the Warhammer 40K commander decks.
Right.
So there was 4 in total, and there was 4 people. I figured that this was the best thing because they were designed to be relatively
Even in power.
even in power.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
It's a
good.
very good matchup. I feel like this will be very good. I'm excited.
Excellent.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
when you're looking at this and it says that I need 2 of any color,
Mm-hmm.
does that include the card I'm playing, or I already have to have 2 mana on the
You
table?
already have to have 2 mana on the table.
Okie doke.
So, you draw your card for turn.
Draw my card for turn,
Play a land if you have one.
and I'm going to play a land if I have one.
Alrighty. And now, do you have anything in
Now
your
I
hand that
have
costs
2, or 1 plus a black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to play the Psychomancer.
Okay.
that says whenever Psychomancer or another non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or is put into exile from the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Uh-oh. That's
that
good.
good?
That's good.
And
So
now-
you'll tap your mana, boom, boom, and now you put your creature on the battlefield.
All right.
Alrighty, so now you have a creature. Let me explain to you about summoning sickness. Okay? So,
Oh, I had that earlier with the pizza. Pizza did that.
so the first turn you play a creature, unless the card specifies that it has haste, you cannot attack with it or tap it to activate an ability until the start of your next turn. So you will not be able to attack with this creature until it is your turn yet again.
Now, how do I know it has haste?
It would say it in the text box.
See where it says
Oh,
flying?
haste would mean
See
that
where it
it
says
would.
flying?
Yeah.
Where it says flying, it's the flying and other things like haste. They're called keyword abilities. Ability means that this can only be blocked by something with flying. Haste means not affected by summoning sickness.
Yeah.
There's keywords as it goes through. I will tell you
Okay.
what those things do,
So
or
that's
Shelton, or I will tell you what
yeah,
they do.
and that's actually really good to have out because nobody has any flying blocks on the field. Well, nobody has any blocks on the field at the moment, so you could start doing some chip damage and maybe
On the
get
next turn.
on your next turn. Because right now Paul's winning, so you know he looks like a pretty big threat. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Alrighty. Anything else to do, Bill?
Declare attacker's opponent declares blockers, combat damage is dealt, play a land, cast creature, already did that. Pass the turn to Larry.
By the way, the
All
look
right.
look on Bill's face right now is one of fearful bewilderment.
All right, so I have drawn a card.
Alright.
Let's see. I'm gonna
I was wrong. I was just looking in the mirror. It's my
Throw
look
down
on
a
my
land.
face. Fearful bewilderment.
Oh, there's that mountain Larry revealed earlier.
There it is. There it is.
I'm scared of a mountain Larry. I don't know about just a mountain.
Hey, I'm just saying, mountain. You could put. There's a spell in Magic called Lightning Bolt.
Uh-oh.
1 red mana, 3 damage to any target. I don't know if it's in that deck. It's not. It's not. I actually do know.
I don't
It's
have
not.
that.
But it's one of my favorite spells. So
All right.
And I have nothing.
you have nothing to play for 2.
Nothing.
You're in green. You don't have any spells you can ramp with or nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay.
Oh wait.
I will say, if
Wait,
anybody
wait,
has
wait, wait.
over 7 cards in
I
hand, you
do
need to
have-
discard.
I
You can
do
only have
have,
7 cards at a time.
So I have 1 green, right?
You have 1 green and 1 red,
Okay. Or I can have 2 red.
or you could have 2 reds. Yes.
But I'm gonna use the 1 green,
Okay.
and I'm playing Tyrannid Prime.
You cannot do that. You have no blue.
It says 1 green.
It says 1 a green and a blue. That's 3 total.
Oh, I thought it was 1 or. Oh. I guess I'm done. I passed to Shelton.
Alrighty, I will untap, draw my card. I will play my land for turn, which is going to be another swamp. And then I am going to I have 4 mana.
Kill something.
Maybe.
No, I'm sorry.
Maybe. I have no blue mana, so I can do nothing. I will pass the turn to you, my friend.
Fantastic. So now I need to untap,
Untap.
shkaboink, and now I need to pick a card.
Now, no upkeep, so draw a card.
Okay, very good. No upkeep, so draw a card.
I say that because the upkeep is brought into effect when a card specifies on your upkeep. So I always say, even if I don't have one, it's untap, upkeep, draw. That's the start of a turn. Those are the first 3 things you do.
Upkeep.
So,
What do you mean by upkeep? If you could rephrase that.
Yes, sir. So if a card specifies that something happens on your upkeep, you'll untap your cards, then you'll go to your upkeep, that effect happens, and then you'll move past your upkeep and draw a card.
Okay.
The best way I can describe upkeep is literally you're cleaning up anything that a card says to do.
So if you got damaged, you take your damage, or you get.
Like it'll say during your upkeep, take 1 point of damage for each land you have on the field.
Oh, it'll say that on the card.
It'll
Yeah,
say it on the
it'll
card.
say it on the card.
On the card, yes.
Okay, so
Do they have like
But-
the artwork is amazing, but like a porn version.
I bet there is.
There probably is. I can almost guarantee
All right.
it.
Well,
You've never heard of Chandra Nalar.
It sounds like a new sponsorship in the making. But
I mean, this is no Settlers of Catan. That's all I want to say.
good lord.
You're just showing a little too much ankle there, bud.
All right, I need to ask a question.
All right, Fran, what can I do for you?
So at the bottom here it says I see one little hooky do and another little hooky do on my 2 cards.
Yes, that is the tap symbol.
Okay, so does that also mean I have 2 mana?
Yes, these are both lands which
Both
tap
lands.
4 mana. So you can tap this for either a blue or a black,
Okay.
or you can tap this for a blue, a black, or a red. This is for one of any of your 3 colors, and this is for 2 of your 3 colors.
Okay.
So if you have a land
So
to
and
play,
this is determined by the top of the card. It has a number and then a color.
yes.
Okay, very good.
So start of your turn, if you want to, play a land for turn.
Okay, and so now can I?
Did you draw?
I did.
Okay.
So can I combine them?
Yes.
Okay, so this is 2 and this is 1.
No,
No,
this is
one
one,
and one.
and this is 1. They both
Okay.
only tap for 1.
Okay, so the only way I can do this is if I have something that says 2 at the top.
Yes, or you have a land, you could play a land.
Correct. All right. So, can I now? Of course, I can get. I have this every turn. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So, I would mentor Mike. I would like to play that. Is that a bad idea?
That's correct. You should have land.
Is that a bad idea?
No, it is not a bad idea.
Okay. And so, what do I do with it?
You
Just
set it
throw it
down.
down.
You set it down, and then you pay the cast cost,
So you
which is 2. So
pay
you
2.
tap 1 and then
Okay.
tap the other.
We got a talisman of, what is that, dominance?
Yep.
Talisman of Dominance.
Hey.
And what is a talisman of dominance, Paul?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes.
Sounds like we're going back to the porn deck. I'm sorry, Ferg's not here for this one.
Yeah, it's not my. Maybe I want to keep my talisman of dominance to myself. No, I of course I certainly don't know. It says by the way, at the bottom, it very very cryptically quotes, "My master is the beginning and he is the end. He is the master of mortals and the core of our dead hearts."
Oh no, finish it. You gotta say good thought.
The saga of Korn.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
So what he just played is what's called
throne.
he just called an artifact. He played an artifact similar to the 2 artifacts that I have. What his does, he can tap it for a colorless mana, or he can tap it and take 1 damage and get either a black or a blue mana
Taking a damage takes a point off
of his
life
life.
total.
Yes.
Okay.
So if he were to tap this for a blue, he would take 1 damage. If he were to tap it for a black, he would take 1 damage. But if he were to tap it for just anything, he would take no damage. Does that make sense?
Yes, when you say
Meaning
just
for
anything,
what do you mean?
there are
Colorless, same this taps for. Colorless mana. Mana that is
generic.
generic mana. It has no
okay.
color.
All right, very good.
It can act as any color.
No.
No.
It is specifically generic.
So-
colorless.
It acts for the
So this would be
one.
colorless.
The number.
yes.
Bill, this
Mike just spilled my
I don't care.
card.
This
so-
would
Okay, I saved
be
it.
colorless.
I'm here.
Some cards don't have a color on them.
Somebody get a napkin.
I'm not afraid to show you because it means I have no idea what it is. All right,
That
so
might need a towel.
so I am finished now.
Yep.
If you say the words.
I pass my turn to Bill.
There we go. See,
All right,
we're
so
learning.
I untap.
Yes.
So
You're
I
very good.
Thank you.
have. Is this 3 or 4 mana?
You have 2 mana.
2
So
mana.
you need to
These
draw a
aren't
card
mana.
first. No, these are creatures. You
Oh,
attack
I
with
should have
these.
drawn first.
You got to draw at the start of your turn. So if you have a land, play it.
All
I mean,
right.
if you want to.
If you want to, if you want to play it after combat, you can. But there's no
But
no
that'll
point.
give you more mana.
Yeah, so you can play that. Now, do you have anything that costs 3
Or 2,
or 2 or 1?
or any combination
Yeah.
of.
Anything?
Yeah, actually.
Because you can play more than 1 spell a turn if you have the mana for it.
Yes, like I did. I
So
played my
I
Soul
now
Ring
have
and
3
then my
mana, so
yes.
I could play this.
Yes.
Is that a good idea?
Yes.
Then I am playing Triac Praetorian, and it says, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me." I got the porn one again. So this one stays up.
Yeah,
or
they
am I
both
gonna-
stay up. Yeah, no, you
Okay,
got 2
because
creatures
these
now.
are
Which
creatures.
is what it does not say. Just
No, it does not say that.
People know it does that not
It
actually
doesn't.
say
Oh,
that.
I thought you meant the part about does it stay up. Okay, so my attacker is Triac Praetorian. Do I read this dynastic code out?
Well,
You
gotta
can.
You
find
do
out.
not need to, but
You don't need to.
But you need to find out if he can attack on this turn.
Oh, when Triac flying, so no, I can't.
Is it an enter the battlefield?
Yes.
So read your card out loud,
Read
Bill.
what it says.
It says when Triac Praetorian enters the battlefield from a graveyard. Is that the graveyard?
No, that is your library.
All right, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life.
Okay.
Unearth 4.
Okay. So
The
that
unearth allows you to draw it from the graveyard.
yeah, that allows you to play it from the graveyard.
All
So
right, and this one, whenever Psychomancer, another non-token artifact you control, is put into a graveyard. Okay, so this one's just to help me get stuff back, right?
no, this one is to this is good because when something dies, it deals damage and you gain life.
Okay, so nothing's died yet.
Nothing has died yet. No one,
Okay.
yeah, nobody has any creatures but you. And
So now that I have used these, I tap them, right?
yes, so now you go to your combat phase.
And actually, that's only 2.
Oh yeah, so you
leave one
can
untapped.
yeah, you only need one.
Okay, I go to my combat phase.
So you can now to
Declare.
attack. You declare who you're attacking. Who would you want to attack? Do you want to attack?
I mean, am I able to?
You, with this one, you are. With this one, it has summoning sickness. This one has been around since your last turn, so you can attack with it.
Well, I'm going to attack you because you've got
You know
like
what?
18,000 cards. What does that mean?
It means you're going to turn it sideways. I'm going to take 1 damage, and you cannot block with that creature any longer.
And now we're gonna
Ever
No,
on this turn?
on this turn.
And
Okay.
now we're gonna talk about what those numbers mean at the bottom. For
Oh, yeah.
for creatures.
Okay.
1 for 1?
So it has 1 power and 1 toughness. So let's say I had a creature on my battlefield that had
1 power and 3 toughness.
something like that. Yes, sir.
It kills. It takes a point from you, but it stays up because I have 2 more.
If I were to block with a creature that was yes, sir. So
Okay.
if I were to block your
Quit
1/1,
calling me sir.
I apologize. It's a respect
He's
thing.
just being.
Yeah, it
just being
means I'm
polite.
old.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Okay,
He doesn't
can
deserve.
I-
it.
Just being polite.
I didn't bring my mother-in-law's
I'm
cane.
gonna try and
Yeah. Okay. You got this.
Go ahead.
Handing it off to
last,
you.
last comment though. I promise you, Shelton meant no respect whatsoever.
Not even a lick. Not a lick.
All right.
Okay, so power and toughness means power, the first number, is how much damage a creature can do. Toughness means how much damage a creature can take.
Okay.
So if you have a creature that has a power and toughness of 3, so a 3/3, and a creature with power and toughness of 2/2 blocks it, the creature that is a 3/3 has 1 more point of damage it can take for that turn, but the 2/2 dies because it has taken more than its.
And when it
Gotcha.
than
dies,
its
is it
toughness.
removed from
It
the...
goes to the graveyard. It's removed from the battlefield and goes to the graveyard.
Now,
And
does
we
the,
each have
does
our
the
own
extra
graveyard?
does the extra point transfer to the next?
I
thing?
was getting
Sorry.
that at the end of the turn is called a cleanup step, and that's where all health points come back to original.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
That's where all the health points come back to original. So after it has attacked after your turn is over, it goes back to a 3/3 instead of a
Interesting.
3 with 2 points of damage.
Okay, gotcha.
Interesting.
So I have cast creatures and other spell. I've cast creatures.
Yep.
I don't have anything to heal. I can't. Can I heal this?
It didn't take any
It didn't
damage.
take any damage.
I just used it.
You just attacked me with it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then I pass my turn to Larry.
All
I yield the
right.
floor.
Larry, I do have one question for you, real quick. I know this is Magic the Gathering, but it's a Warhammer 40K themed.
Are you getting
Dex.
paid
It
by
is.
them?
I am not.
Okay.
It is.
We're about
But
to
my,
get
my
paid by
question
him.
is this, because I know very little about Warhammer 40K, and I only have one question.
Sure.
I know you do know about Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
Is it true how extensive the history and lore of this game is? Like, ungodly long and like super in depth?
Yes. there is fluff for, well, just for 40K. There's about 10,000 years of fluff.
Wow. You're talking like Cimmerillion type.
Yeah, that's my kind of.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
More?
Look
More?
at me.
It's
More.
Wow.
Good
More
job on
door.
that.
I think we
Mordor,
should-
I like you.
I think we should move on before Opus Dei finds us.
Yes. All right.
Thank
So I have no cards to untap.
So you will
So
draw.
I will draw. And I will put down on
An island.
Island.
He's got blue mana up.
I sure
Uh-oh.
do. And there's a reason
I
for
feel
that.
scared and I have
I'm
no
going
idea
to
why.
Tap that for the blue mana. I'm going to tap that for the green mana. And then I'm breaking out some Tyranid Prime.
That's 3. 1 a blue and a green.
Oh, right.
So all 3.
What?
So what's it
So
do?
read it
All
to
right.
us, Larry.
Evolve. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And synapse creature, other creatures you control have evolve.
In other words, that's not good for the rest of us.
For you guys. It's great
For us,
him.
it's great for him.
Oh, okay.
But that just means whenever he plays a creature, all of his creatures get bigger, essentially.
Damn.
When he
If they
plays
have-
when he plays a creature that is bigger than the creatures that have already been played, the ones that have already been played get bigger.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's no bueno.
And it can either be the power that's bigger
Or the
the
toughness.
that's bigger.
And funny story, I'm still gonna lose.
Hey, I had a turn 1 Soul Ring.
have-
And I'm losing.
You are not losing.
I think you're lying. But I have a question. So at the top of the page where it says a number, so if the number says 2, but then has a symbol for black or red or whatever it is, that means I need 2 of whatever plus 1 black or 2
Yes.
black. Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
2 of any color plus the
1
color
of a specified color.
of the mountain, island, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So if you're like, excuse me, I stuttered. So for your commander, you would need a red, a black, a blue, and 2 of any color.
Understood. All right.
Okay, when
Wait,
do
we
you
can
want to
use
bring
the
your
commander?
commander
As
out?
soon as possible, typically. As soon as you
it
are
takes
able.
a lot of mana.
Yeah, yours is expensive, but you're playing green, so you'll get there.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay, and one more question.
Yes.
In order to get the only way to get mana is to have land.
Yes, land
Okay.
is mana.
Easy enough.
Or artifacts like my Soul Ring that taps for mana.
Okay, I got you.
Or yours, which is your Talisman
but
of
not
Dominance.
creatures.
There are some creatures that tap for mana, but not all of them do.
Okay.
They will say on there that they do. I
Okay.
don't think anything in your deck is going to.
Okay.
Any creatures, anyways.
Okay.
All right, Larry, what you got? Anything else?
That's next turn.
Some stratagems going on, I see.
All right. Nope. I think that's it. What this one has
Summoning Sickness.
Summoning sickness, so it has to be tapped.
No.
No, it does not
No,
have to be
no,
tapped.
no.
It
No,
just
tapped
cannot
is when
attack.
is when it gets used.
Yes.
So it cannot attack.
But it also has 0 power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has 0 power. But, I mean, that's a good thing for your future creatures that, you know.
But that
Sure.
also means it's a great blocker.
It is a great blocker.
It's got a big butt. It's
Yeah,
got a 4 power or 4 toughness.
He's what I call a fat bottom boy.
yeah.
So
You know, Queen sang about those.
Wait,
All
is it
right.
okay? Never mind.
So what you're saying is the Tyrannid Prime is like a wingman?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Something like
Nice.
You're
that.
out at a bar.
All right.
For instance, since year 2/1 attacks, he blocks with that
0/4.
yeah,
They do
just
nothing
bounce
to each
off
other.
one
They
another.
just bounce off each other.
I mean, yours has flying, so it would fly right over his little head, and it would still hit him. But
Right.
if that didn't have flying, yes, they would just bounce off one another, and there would be no damage.
It would be a flesh wound.
'Tis but a flesh wound. Alrighty. So,
All right, so pass my turn.
Alrighty, I have nothing to untap, and I will draw my card for turn. I am going to play my land for turn. It is going to be a Sunken Hollow, which normally enters tapped. However, I control 2 or more
Rookie.
basic lands, so it
Rookie
does not
mistake.
enter tapped.
Rookie mistake.
Good lord. That's fantastic.
I really have nothing I can do over here with all this mana because I have no white mana. So I am just going to pass my turn.
All right then.
So
let's
what
see.
do you the start of your turn? What do you do at the start of your turn?
I thought at the start of my turn I took a card.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it says right here
Oh, yeah.
on my card. It says begin, untap your
There you
turn.
go.
Your cards upright. All right, so these are
Tapped. So
Untap.
untap, and so is this untapped?
It is untapped.
It
yeah.
is. It's untapped always,
No,
Unless you use it.
unless
you
I
didn't
use it. Uh-huh.
so
Okay.
it's already
All right,
untapped.
and now I have 3 cards, and combined with these 3 cards, I have 3 mana.
Altogether, yes, sir. But now
Very
you need
good.
to draw. You untapped.
Understood.
You have no upkeep.
And
so
now
you
I
draw
need to
your
draw.
card.
And by the way, for those of you listening at home, it really says right here on the instruction card, begin, untap. Next, draw a card. But Shelton is so kind as to not say Look, idiot. Just read the card in front of you.
I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people say the first rule of Magic is RTFC. And what that stands for is read the fucking card.
Okay.
But, we're being nice today.
No, I just
wanted to...
No, I appreciate you not throwing out all the technical terms at
Wow,
once. And
RTFC.
just easing me into it. Okay, so now I have a land card.
Play it.
There you go.
Terramorphic Expanse. Good land. It does
Okay.
not tap for mana.
It does not tap for mana.
No, if you
So
say...
So why do I like this?
If you tap it, you can sacrifice it, so it will go to the graveyard.
Okay.
And you get to go look through your library
Okay.
for a basic land of any color.
Really?
Yes. So if you, let's say you're in my situation where you have no white mana,
Right.
you can now tap this, sacrifice it, it goes to your graveyard, and you get to go grab whatever color you need.
And I can't do that now, though. That's the next turn.
No, you can do that now, yeah.
Well, then let's do that.
All right, boom.
So I go like this.
And you tap
Turn
it,
sideways.
sacrifice it,
Okay.
So,
bye.
graveyard.
Thank you.
and now you go search through here to grab whatever color, and I think Mentor Michael has a suggestion for you.
This one right there.
Yep.
That's
Cool.
the one.
And
Okay.
it's gonna
pretty
enter-
That was fast.
This is going
I
to be some
promise I
dead
didn't.
airspace
I
while he goes
promise that
through
wasn't one of
100
my known
cards.
card tricks.
And then it enters tapped because that's what Terramorphic Expanse says.
Very good.
So now, continue.
And
But
then
the,
this
the
is
reason for that is because you already had that there, and that there.
So
you
now
relied
you
on
have
that.
And so-
And you got that here.
and this is a mana as well.
Yes.
Okay. How would I know that based on the card?
Yes, it says basic land, mountain. So
Okay.
land is mana.
Any land is mana,
Mm-hmm.
except for this one.
Except, well, not, okay, unless it's specified.
Right.
Thank you. Sorry.
Unless it's specified. I mean, you have like Dryad Arbor,
is
which is a
not
creature
mana.
land, but
No, this is fine. This is the mana you're looking for.
Remember, we're in basic course 1.
No,
we're not
I-
in basic course 4.
I was going to say, we can, I brought
No,
my
this
stuff.
is all good.
This, however,
So at the moment I have 4 mana.
At the moment, you have 3 because this is
One
tapped.
time.
Oh, that's tapped.
Yes, it enters tapped.
Okay, so only 3 mana.
So
that serves as a mana as well.
yes, it's an artifact that serves as a mana. So if you have,
Okay.
let's say you have a card in your hand that says destroy target artifact, you could blow that up and keep him from getting that mana
Okay.
if you wanted to.
Or a soul ring.
Hey,
is there-
leave my soul ring alone.
Is there any reason, Mentor Mike, that I don't want to play this card? I have no other options.
You
I
have
could hold
every
it.
reason. You have every reason that you want to play that card.
Very good. All right, so I'm playing the Commander's
Hey!
Sphere.
We're
card.
ramping.
But now you need to come up with 3 mana, which is tapping your artifact in 2 lands.
Yes.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm going to stop reaching over. I'm
no,
sorry.
are you kidding? This is fine. You turn the card side. So I turn the card sideways. I've tapped my mana, and this card says add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity.
So
the
what
color
that means?
identity is the red, black, blue.
Got it.
That's your color identity for your commander.
So
Very
for
good.
you, it will tap for a red, a black, or a blue. If he has a commander sphere, which there's one in that deck, it would tap for black. His
I
would
understand.
tap for his colors. Mine would tap for mine.
Okay, and this and by the way, the one that I sacrificed to my graveyard, we leave it face up though?
Yes, face up. Graveyard is
Side-
public knowledge.
side- okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to look at my actual card, play a land. I did that. Cast creatures and other spells. I'm not sure I can do that.
You cast a spell. There you go. You got your artifact out.
Okay, so, but I've done that already.
Yes, you've done that already.
Okay, so declare attackers. I have nothing to attack. Your opponent declares blockers. Combat. Play a land. I don't have any more lands, so now I'm ready to pass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. All right, I pass to William.
Okay, I just wanted to say, if you notice, UPC is not here. Larry, do you want to give an update on UPC?
Well,
Unfortunately, UPC was in a tragic car accident. We are currently launching a nationwide talent search to try to locate our next UPC. Of course, we do have certain requirements. You have to sound exactly like him, and you also have to interrupt a lot and be. Well, you have to be UPC.
There you go.
So, if you're interested, hit us up on our Facebook page.
And your name cannot be Brent
Or
or
Cletus.
Cletus
Or
I
or
don't know what.
or
Last
we,
week
Cletus,
was-
really.
we knew him so little.
Yeah. Well, Well, we don't get to know their names. We don't want to get attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
need.
So, all right. So first thing I do is I untap. I get to untap this artifact as well, correct?
Your creature, yes, sir.
All right. And
So yours are 2-for-1s. Yours are artifact creatures. Look at you go.
Look at me. And then I draw a card.
You do.
That's not what I want.
Nice.
Love that. Love
All
when that
right.
happens.
Now I can attack with this again, right?
You can attack with both of them now.
When Praetor enters the battlefield from a graveyard, you draw 2. Okay, unearth. Return it. Now, how do I?
You would only do that unearth ability from the graveyard if it's already dead.
Yeah, but
He's got 2 power, 1 toughness.
Oh, so I don't. All I'm doing is
Attacking.
taking a point.
You would be taking 2 points. If you were, you would. This does 1 point of damage. This does 2 points of damage to whoever you attack.
And I can split them up amongst.
Yes, you can.
Well, you know, Paul's winning, so I'm gonna bang Paul for 2 points,
All right, banging Paul.
Here we go to the corner then.
and Larry for 1 point.
Larry's
I
taking
can
1.
I can do both
You
on the
can.
same turn.
Yes,
so
and
now
then-
you're winning.
you are now winning.
I'm
You are
winning,
at the highest life total.
winning, and then I can't play a land, but I can cast a creature.
You sure can.
So
Not a creature, but yes. But yes, you want to do
and equipment. Equipped creatures get 1, 0, 1, +1, +0 for each artifact you control.
Oh, hold on. Can I?
Go ahead.
Can
Should I not do that?
No. We need to reverse.
Yeah,
this.
let's do a little rewind.
Oh, you're saying I should have played
Yes,
this
you
first.
should have.
So, it costs 2.
Okay, so I go like this,
You pay 2.
and I pay 2.
Okay.
Now I can take.
You have to
So
look,
look at the bottom where it says equip 1.
so you can
This
pay
is
1
some-
mana.
Okay, so
This is something you can attach to one of your other creatures.
one of the other creatures. So I'll still take the 2 from Paul.
No.
Well, hold on, wait a second.
Wait.
Pay 1 mana and equip this to one of your creatures.
Oh, I have to pay a man.
you have. It has an equip cost. Yes, sir.
So
you
Is
pay
that
1.
all I need?
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Equip 1. I see
Now,
it.
artifacts where it says equipment, it means that these are something that after you cast them,
You
you,
put
can
it
attach
on
it to a
these
creature.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
The equipped cost means how much it takes to attach it
And
to
it
the
takes
creature.
a mana.
It takes 1 mana.
Okay.
So you can attach it to either one of your creatures.
Okay, so I'm going to attach it to the Necro Wizard and take 2 from Larry.
Hold on.
Well, hold on a second. now,
Attach
Mike.
Attach it to it.
How do
So
I?
slide it underneath.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
There. Now it's
actually how-
attached.
You know, it's attached.
And that equipment gives it a +1 +0 for each artifact you have.
Which
you
is
have
3.
3 artifacts. So now it is a 4/1.
Okay. Wow. What's that mean?
That means it
3.
has +3 because you have 3 artifacts.
So,
It's a
but I
reminder.
can only attach it to 1.
You can only attach it to 1 creature now. But that creature is now way bigger than it was.
But then can I use this one as well?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to smoke Paul. And this is 2/1, so this would be 5.
No, this would be 2 at whoever.
This one's doing 4.
This is doing 4 and this is doing 2.
This is doing 4 because of the equipment
Because
that
you-
you
Oh,
attach
I
to it.
attached it to this one.
Yes.
Duh. I thought you meant I can attach it to both.
No, sir. You can only attach it to 1.
All right. Well, I'll take the 4 from Paul.
All right. Paul's taking 4. Boom, boom,
And
boom,
I can
boom.
take 2 from Larry.
Boom, boom.
Correct?
Yes.
And I don't
Now
have
you
any
go.
land. I don't have any damage.
So it's like that.
Casted. Yeah, it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass my turn to. Oh, wait, I got to read it. The flesh of the necroteer is a memory so distant as to be nearly mythical.
Beautiful. That's poetry right
All
there.
right.
It's just a flesh wound.
So I am untapping,
Alrighty.
drawing a card.
Hey, in the words of Amigo the Devil, I'm killing it. It's Wednesday night at the gaming hall.
That
What
was,
kind of
it
play
was pretty
bingo?
good.
I'd pay the $100 if we could play that right now. Don't hold me to that. I might take a collection. Somebody rolling dice?
All right.
Yes.
We play a land.
That's going to enter tapped.
Oh, yes.
And when it enters the battlefield, you get to scry 1. Now, what that means is you get to look at the top card of your library,
For the love
and you
of
can look at
God.
it, and if you like it, you can keep it there, and if you don't like it, you can put it on the bottom.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So, you've been playing this for about 8 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now everybody knows you're 36. And my strong suit's not math.
Me either.
So you've been playing this for 8 years.
Yes, sir.
When you learned to play this, did somebody do this for you, or is there a rule book?
You can find the rules online, but I learned in my high school's tabletop gaming club.
So who read the rule book first?
Richard
Ever-
Garfield was the man who created the game.
The guy who wins all the time.
Okay. This real quick. I've been playing since '94.
Yeah, he's been playing it since the game came out. Ask him
Pretty
that.
much.
So
Now-
29 years.
Now, a guy named
Since you
Richard
were
Garfield.
3? Wow.
Stop, Bill. You're making me blush. So, Richard Garfield, he created this game, and at first it was basically all algorithmic. He had a PhD, from what I understand, PhD in mathematics. He created this game. It was all based off of algorithms. Each card did something, it cost 1 to do this, it cost 2 to do this, etc. But no, they came out with, it was I think like a 50-page handbook or rule book that came out with a 2-players course or a 2-player starter kit. Now, I read it, understood nothing. This is the way you learn Magic.
Yeah, you learn by playing.
And not
Okay.
only that, is they've changed the rules
So
so
many
many
times.
times since
Oh my
I
God.
started playing.
Ironically, they just did a rules change with the newest set, March of the Machine. Now, tokens can transform, whereas before,
No
they could
way.
What?
not. Yeah.
That's
Sacrilege.
crazy.
They added a new
You know-
incubate mechanic, so it's pretty
You
cool.
kids have it so easy these
They
days.
do. I heard you can actually have 2 legends of the same name now.
Come on.
What?
Yeah.
What is that about?
Well, no, okay.
Well, opponents.
That is
You need, to,
crazy.
you need to stop.
Okay.
He's talking about.
Can I finish my turn?
Sorry.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I
I'm sorry.
finish?
No, you cannot.
Can I
Can I
finish?
finish?
Can
Go
I
ahead and take
finish?
your
Can I
turn there,
finish?
Larry.
All right.
Oh my
So
God.
now with this,
Due to time
with this
constraints,
cap.
we move forward in our.
does that mean I get a mana? Or
No, it's
not
tapped.
until
You
next
cannot,
turn.
not till next turn.
Okay. Well, I can tap this one. And I can tap this one, which and then I can play this one.
Rampant growth. Cool.
All right. So,
So read it for us, Larry.
search your library for a basic land card. Put that card into your battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
So go grab you a. It's similar to what his Terramorphic Expanse.
Well,
let
he
you
gets
do.
to keep that card.
No, this is a sorcery, so it is going to resolve and go to his graveyard.
Okay. Just wondering.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
However, the importance of that card is now he gets
you want me to shuffle
that
for you?
land, and he can still play his land for a turn. So that's called ramping.
Right,
For green.
because
That's what green does best.
Right, because this land I put on my battlefield now.
Yes, but it
It's
does
tapped.
enter tapped. Yes.
Okay.
So
you
now
can't
he's
use
up
it
one.
this hand.
Yes, but now if
But-
you
but
notice,
if you
he's
had
up
another
one.
land,
He's
you could
got
play that.
He
Five.
played his
He's
tempo.
got
Temple.
5 lands now, right?
Yeah. So he's got 5 mana next turn.
Did you say you played Temple of Mystery?
Yeah. I walked through Scry already.
Okay.
I got it.
No, I was looking. Where's your dude?
Oh, his Tyranid Prime.
Commander is right there.
You already started you?
No, he's off to the side.
No,
he's
he's off
chilling.
to the side.
He's chilling.
Oh, I didn't see that
hanging
little
out there.
card there.
Sorry if my phone's in the way. I apologize.
That's fine.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the last time I played a game like this was Pokemon Go. I took my phone in my hand. I was looking for a little creature across the street from my house, and I stepped in front of a car and almost died. And decided to quit playing Pokemon Go.
Actually, you were one of the lucky ones because there were several who did not get out of the way of the car while playing Pokemon Go, or climbed fences into restricted areas and got detained or shot.
Did that happen?
Oh, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I mean that when that first came out, that game was ridiculous.
Well, and I was
Oh,
telling
I'm sorry, the
Larry.
people playing that game got ridiculous.
Yeah, I was telling Larry before the show that a couple days later I'm walking down the street looking for. Well, I found a goldfish in our bar.
Wait, is this the story or the lyrics to a Kiss song?
Yes.
Okay.
I found a goldfish sitting on the bar that we go to, And then a couple nights later, I was walking in my neighborhood and I'm tracking this Pokemon. And I get to the corner and I go to make a left turn to head towards it. And I look up and see this little 8-year-old with his dad out looking for the same thing. I put my phone into my pocket and I pretended I was out on a brisk walk. And I never played again. Sorry, this wasn't happening.
That's fantastic.
That
All
is
right.
very funny.
So I think I'm done.
Alrighty. So I have nothing to untap. I have no upkeep, so I will draw a card for turn.
Still winning.
You are winning. I am going to play a Terramorphic Expanse as my land for turn.
I respect that.
I bet you do.
Then I'm going to tap 4 mana. So my Soul Ring and 2 Swamps for a Sanguinary Priest. It is a 2/4 with lifelink.
No way.
Now, what that means is whenever this creature deals damage, I gain life equal to its power. So it is 2 power, 4 toughness. So if I were to block or attack with this, I would gain 2 life with it. And it also says whenever another creature I control dies, Sanguinary Priest deals 1 damage to any target. And with that, I am going to pass my turn.
Very good. Okay, so now I begin by untapping.
Yes, sir.
Question.
Answer.
At the beginning of my turn, I tapped 3 of the cards on my table, 4 in fact. And they remain that way. Why do they remain that way?
So you cannot use them until the start of your next turn.
Understood. And how could I use them?
Just like this. I'll
As
do
a
an example.
As a defense?
Yeah, so I'm actually on your turn going to tap my Terramorphic Expanse and go grab me a Plains.
I
Because
gotcha.
that's an ability that I can do on anyone's turn.
I see.
You can tap things at what's called instant speed.
Okay.
So instants can be played on anybody's turn as opposed to just on yours, whereas sorceries can only be played on your turn.
Okay, and-
So I could say in response to you doing that, I'm going to do this.
Where does it say instance?
This is different. This is an ability that I'm doing with this. It will say instant right there where it says land on that card. It will say instant.
Okay. And
But it doesn't.
But no, sir. But this is a land, so I can.
Tapping, the tap ability on any card, when it just says tap, unless it says otherwise, you can tap it at any time that you could cast what's called an instant.
Okay. And
Exactly.
They happen at instant.
And general strategy question. Is this the kind of thing you tell the other players, or you just do whatever, like in football, if you have an eligible receiver who's usually not, everybody goes, hey, number 67's eligible, or can you just do a shift in baseball? You don't have to tell anybody.
Well, that's illegal now in baseball.
Okay, well, before baseball got stupider, yes, and that means it was stupid to begin with. Not that I don't love baseball.
Okay,
You go Braves.
If I just tell the left fielder move over, I don't have to tell you. So do you have to tell me that you just did what you did?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
So
very
I
good.
have to say, hey, in response to what you're doing, I'm going to do this.
Okay,
So
fine.
there are spells in Magic. I'm playing Esper, which is white, black, blue. There are times where you can counter spells. There is a spell called Counterspell. So it's an instant. You could play it on anybody's turn. And let's say Larry was about to play some big scary monster that I knew would kill me or cause something bad to happen. Or even you were going to play something that blew up my creature. I can then respond by playing that instant to counter the spell that you are playing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And it says, no, you can't do that.
You're way too good at this. I'm impressed.
Now, you can respond to that, however.
I think you're full of crap. Oh no, you mean like
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right,
It's
okay.
called the stack.
Oh, I see. You mean in the game. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
so it is my. I'm sorry, Mentor Mike.
This is the reason why I think Magic is kind of harder than poker and chess, because the way that I look at it, Magic, if this is poker, what he's talking about is before you lay your hand down, I'm gonna say, hey, actually that card that you have right there, I'm taking it and I'm switching it with another one before you get to show your hand. Or in chess, your queen's about to take my bishop, but before it does, I can go, oh, I'm gonna put this pawn in front of it.
Yeah.
It has a
No, this
huge
is-
depth of
There's
play.
so much strategy
It's-
to this game.
It's
This
kind
is-
of not necessarily.
Tonight, not so much.
No.
No, I think this is super fun. Maybe it's just because Sheldon's so cute, but I think
well,
it's super
thank
fun.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so on my turn now, I
Here we go,
untap.
reporting.
Skadoink, Skadooby,
All right.
Skadoink.
There you go.
Skadoink.
Oh, I thought that was Skadoosh.
I'm sorry, Skadoosh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Better.
Meant to remember.
Better.
Okay, now, just showing it before I'm going here. I have 5 mana, do I?
Right now, yes, you have
Very
5
good.
mana.
I have
You
5
need to
mana.
draw a card.
I will do it.
This
Alrighty.
game is making me appreciate women.
Okay.
I thought they were complicated.
Joy, I feel like that counts as a Heidi interrupts. I really do. So now, if I play this, can I use it right now?
That's what she said.
Okay, so I can't. All right, very good. But should I play it right now? Okay. So, excuse me, Swiftwater Cliffs. Swiftwater Cliffs enters the battlefield tapped.
Alrighty.
When Swiftwater Cliffs enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life.
All right. Boom.
Take that, William.
Put it back there with your land.
What did you did?
He played a land and gained a life.
Okay, and now
Okay.
I
Good
have,
for you.
let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
I need some.
Dun, dun,
This
dun,
would
dun,
qualify
dun. Now,
as a Heidi interrupts as
can
well.
I, is this,
William
this
just
is,
said that the trail is like slammed.
this is,
Taco Wednesday.
this is this, correct?
Um,
So can I not play it?
yeah, you could, but remember what we talked about?
Oh, you mean that?
Uh-huh.
Should I do that?
Uh-huh.
Can I do it?
Uh-huh.
All right, so my, what's this called?
Your commander,
My commander
Abaddon the Despoiler.
requires 2 of anything, plus a blue and a black and a red. I believe this is a blue.
Yep.
This is a black?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it yellow?
Because you see down there in the bottom, you can
Oh, I
tap
see.
it to add a blue, a black,
Ah.
or a red.
Indeed.
Gold cards means that it has color identities of more
Okay.
than one color.
Okay, and so I tap that and a red, and I have 2 more.
That one.
Skoink.
And that one.
And now I have brought out my commander,
Abaddon the Despoiler.
Abaddon the Despoiler.
Read the flavor.
Under his rule, there is but one creed. Chaos shall reign.
The Lords of Chaos, they shall.
Watch out. All right, so what do I do now?
Well, now you follow your card. So this creature does not have haste, so you cannot attack with it.
Okay, so I already played. I had a land that I did. I don't have any other creature spells. I don't have any attackers to declare, or so the next 2 steps don't matter. So now I think I'm done.
You are in fact done.
Your
Fantastic.
next turn's going to be
All
fun,
right.
though.
No,
William,
next turn might not be very fun.
William, my turn
All right,
That's-
is yours.
so I get to turn these
I mean,
both, right?
Your
I
turn.
Yes,
get
sir. You get to untap them
these.
both.
I'm not sure. Your turn. That's what I meant to say.
I need
Draw
mana.
your card. There you
That's not mana.
go. Uh-oh. How many cards do you have in your hand?
6, I think.
Perfect. I just want to let everybody know, if you get more than 7 cards in your hand, at the end of your turn, you have to discard down to 7 cards.
Okay.
I think no one's in.
I don't think so either, but just in
Everyone's
case.
been playing cards, so it's not that big of a deal.
So I can attack again on these.
You sure can, my friend.
Have you done your lands yet? Do you have
He
any
doesn't
lands
have
to
one.
put
I don't
down?
have any lands.
He
Or
doesn't
I would
have
play
one.
the land. I
no,
said
no.
I need
No,
more.
The way you handle that is, well, I'm choosing not to play them.
I'm
Yeah.
choosing not to play them.
I'm keeping them in my hand as a secret.
When we used to go on road trips, we played a game similar to this. I would have Heidi bring a box of question cards from what
Trivial
was-
Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit, and she would read the questions.
That is
to
just
me,
like this.
Just like
Honestly,
this.
Just like
couldn't
it.
be more similar, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And in fact, if you attack again, you get to earn your wedge. Your
well,
purple
if I
wedge.
got if I got an answer
These,
right,
these
I
are the
was able to.
these
I
are the
was-
geography cards.
Yeah, swamp. Well, I would get swamp ass, but if I got an answer right, I was allowed to swerve the card really hard to the left, so her head would hit the.
There you go.
All right,
By the way, for those of you playing at home,
we are in love.
Shelton said you only can have 7 cards in his hand. In the entire game, he's at 74 cards in his hand.
I'm exempt from the rules, though.
Well, yeah, no, Shelton Scott.
I wanted.
I'm a little worried about his flyers over there. Nobody has any flying blocks.
I
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, by the way, I will say his creatures both have flying.
And I
So
can
if
play
you have a
that.
creature
I
that
do
says
this
reach
first, then
on
do
it,
this.
they can block creatures with flying just like creatures with flying can.
Very good.
So that's something that y'all need to look out for as
Very
well.
good.
If you have something that says reach, it can block flying as well.
Question for you: Why William's working on his strategery? At the bottom of my card, there's a number/number
That is power toughness.
/toughness.
So-
defense.
Yes.
Kind of?
So your commander that's here on the
did a whole
battlefield
10 minutes
deals
on
5 damage, and it can take 5 damage before it dies.
Very good. Okay, very good.
And it heals up and resets the damage
This
at the
doesn't
end of
go
turn.
in
Okay,
tap.
very good. So there you go. So if he caught 6 damage somehow during a turn, he's
dead.
Attack this hand.
But if he catches 4,
So next
He's fine.
hand,
he's
this will
fine.
be
Well,
bigger.
but if Bill dealt him 3 and Larry dealt him 3 on a turn,
On the same turn,
he would be dead.
he would be dead. But if
Okay.
Bill dealt him 3, and then on Larry's turn he dealt him 3, it would
Okay.
still do it would do nothing. He would be fine.
Okay, so
Because he
okay.
heals up at the end of every turn.
At every turn. Okay, so in each individual as he's
But I can
attacked,
play this
he
anytime.
restarts.
On the
right?
end step of everyone's
yeah, but you would
turn,
wanna
you
play it
heal back
before
up
the
to
End
4.
step, important term.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
All right, so
Shelton,
I
you're
am
amazing.
going to play.
Oh, what do we got?
I'm going to play Lich Guard.
That's a
Only
good
the
spell,
deathless
actually.
can truly comprehend the burden of unfailing loyalty. Vargard Oberon of the Sautek dynasty.
Interesting.
And that is an artifact creature. And it says 3 sacrifice Lich Guard, return all legendary creature cards from your graveyard to your hand.
Oof.
But you're saying that it makes these bigger?
Yep. Because it's an artifact. So it makes that one bigger because of the equipment, remember?
Okay.
Your equipment
So
gives
this
+1 for each
was-
artifact.
Now it's worth 4.
Now it's worth 5 because 4 counters plus the 1 is 5.
All right, Sheldon, you're taking a big hit, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, the student has become the master.
You know what? I couldn't be more proud of you, Bill.
And
Honestly.
just because Paul was late, he's gonna take. This is a 2, right?
It is in fact a 2.
Paul does have a. Oh wait,
Nope, flying.
Never mind.
He has no blocks.
Never mind.
It's flying. 2,
Boom, boom. Take it.
and I don't have any lane. Well, I choose not to play.
You
any.
need to tap your mana for your spell, bud. You played your creature, so tap your mana for it.
Yeah, I got to tap all of them, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Perfect.
Very good.
Yeah, tapping my mana.
Question. Bill attacks over here. His attack takes away my lives, but the defense is against my players here, right? He could have taken out my player if he had 6 somehow.
If
But
he
didn't.
had,
Right,
yes.
so my card stays. I still lose.
Well, that's
lose
only
lives.
if you block with it.
I
Right.
see, because I couldn't
Neutral
block.
cycle.
Right, he was flying,
Oh.
so he attacks you
Okay,
directly.
so he could have tried
Strafing
that.
run, bitch.
If let's sake of argument, really briefly, sake of argument, if somehow he had 5 flying block and I don't know the rules, then I would have suffered no lost
No,
lives.
you would have taken no life, his creature would have died, and yours would have lived. If this had flying.
I got you.
Let me try to
right.
clear
Please.
this up a little bit.
Come on.
No.
When attacking, you are attacking the person with your creatures. As the person being attacked, you can choose to block their creatures if you are able to, or you can take all the damage.
If you don't want your
Or
creatures to die.
You can combine creatures to block one creature.
If you want one of theirs to die really bad.
Very interesting. But only the creatures that are untapped.
Yes, only the creatures that are
Gotcha.
untapped.
So right now
yes.
my commander is untapped. My 2, I just have artifacts, honestly. So okay, interesting. Very good. Thank you. Learning lots. Learning lots.
You haven't used it.
Because I didn't use him. I would use him to pull people back from the grave.
And,
Then I would have to turn.
and that's another
Or
thing.
does he go to the graveyard?
Well, it would tell you on the card. Does it say sacrifice?
Yes.
Then it would go to the graveyard and things would return.
But
back.
everything else I had in the graveyard would come
That
back.
was
to your
legendary.
hand.
Yeah,
To your
Oh,
hand.
sacrifice
That was-
Lynch guard, return all legendary. creatures.
Legendary. Yeah.
And legendary is like your commander.
Yeah.
Says legendary creature.
See how
Okay.
right there on that one it says legendary creature,
Okay.
whereas opposed to this one it says artifact creature, whereas your commander is a legendary artifact creature.
Yeah.
Quick
No-
question: what does this mean?
He just said it.
No, a target artifact.
That is whatever you target.
Okay.
Target
So
means your choice
target
of.
means your choice of target.
Okay,
And-
it's not a type of artifact.
No, it's whichever one you decide to target at that moment.
And one other thing with
Got it.
creatures entering the battlefield. Yes, they have summoning sickness. However, they can also block
It
if
was
someone
the
attacks
pizza.
you.
I'm
And
sorry.
they just
Oh, they can still block.
Yes, they can still block with summoning sickness. Yes.
It was the sushi from Friday night across the parking lot from where we are now. The name will
that's
go
got to be done out
unnamed.
now.
That will go on in.
Not
Bastard.
so sure.
I'm sorry.
What,
I didn't say that.
where are you on your turn? then?
I am passing my turn to
Alright.
Larry.
That's not all you're passing.
All right. I'm going to
It's all that
untap,
mana I ate the next morning.
untap
That's some
card
spacey mana.
to play a land card.
Oh, we got
man.
I have all
lands.
the lands.
Good
That's what green
lord.
You got 6.
That's what
oh,
green does.
you got green.
Uh-oh.
You've got
Boom.
huge tracts of land.
So, I called out my Swarm Lord.
All right, so tap your mana.
Rapid regeneration.
All
The
6
Swarm
of them.
Lord enters the battlefield. Oh yeah. Swarm Lord enters the battlefield
Is
with
this
2.
your
That's
graveyard?
graveyard, yeah.
Okay.
Did you say Slumlord?
With
Swarm Lord.
Lord.
I don't know. Swarm Lord.
enters the battlefield
say,
with 2
how
+1/+1 counters on it
formidable
for
could a Slum
each
Lord
time
be?
you've cast your commander from the command zone this game.
Okay, so you've cast it once, so it gets
1/1.
No. Read your card.
a 2/2. It gets 1/2/2
Oh,
counter.
oh,
We
right.
usually signify it like that. So it's
Okay,
actually
say that again. The Swarm Lord enters the battlefield with 2 1/1s.
Yeah.
So
For
that's-
each
Why
time
don't
you've
they just
cast
say
your commander.
2/2?
Because next, let's say we kill it and it comes back. Next time it'll be 4.
No shit.
And if we kill it again, it'll be 6.
But every time
I'm pretty
you
sure I
cast
said all
it-
the words that time.
every time you cast it, you need to pay an additional 2. However, there
Yes.
is one thing, real quick.
Yeah.
There is one other thing that happens.
Yep.
Do you know what that is? Do you remember what that is?
No.
You give him a big kiss?
No, read your
other card,
cards.
your
Read your
other
Tyranid
card.
Prime.
Oh,
I guess that was wrong.
Yes, it's not a big kiss.
Okay. Oh, whenever a creature enters the battlefield that's in your control, creature has greater power or toughness than this creature. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So that
creature
one.
also gets a 1/1 counter.
Ah.
Ooh,
That again.
look at you.
That's why
Okay,
it's called
and-
the swarm. They just get
They get bigger and bigger and
the
bigger.
more that
And
comes in.
And for
Oh,
those
the
of
Swarm
you,
Lord.
right, and for those listening at home, the way we're remembering this is there is a die with a 1 on the one card and a die with a 2 on the other card.
That's
Because
typically
of course,
how it's represented.
well, I'm totally a novice, clearly, but of course we have to remember these things somehow.
You can also
I
call-
will say that this is a much better system than when I started playing. Because when I started playing, any type of a +1/+1 counter was represented by a glass bead.
Yeah, I
So
was
there
gonna
was
say.
like-
yeah.
there
Well,
was like-
that's.
There was like
Little
one
goblin
creature
rocks.
like with 20,
Oh.
20 glass beads on
Yeah,
it.
little
I
goblin.
thought you
Each
meant
one
like
is,
circular. They're gonna roll over.
Yeah, no. I mean, you ever seen like aquarium rocks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That's what we used to
basically-
use.
Basically,
Yeah.
Wait,
aquarium rocks.
how old are you? Was this like when Douglas Fairbanks was still an action hero?
Who is
Who's
that?
Douglas Fairbanks?
That's what I was going to say.
I'm gonna say, dude. I don't know
I,
who that is.
I already said it was 93.
There you go.
All right.
Before.
His friends called him Skippy.
All right, you got a tax, Larry.
Yes. So I'm going to attack Paul with the Swarm Lord.
No.
Damn.
Don't
Wait, does
be
it have
late.
haste?
It does not have haste, so you
teach
cannot attack with the
class,
Swarm Lord. You can
alright.
attack with Tyranid Prime, however.
Oh, well, Tyranid Prime's going to attack
I'm
Paul.
sorry.
Well, keep in mind what he has to block with now.
Nothing.
Yeah, he has that 2/3 right there,
And he's got a 5/5.
and he's got a 5/5, and I have a 2/4. I'll tell you what, Larry. I'll make a deal with you. I'll let you attack me with that 1/5. I'll block with my 2/4. No one will die, and I'll just gain 2 life. That'd be
Nah.
kind of
So-
great.
It's a trap.
Okay, hang on.
So what were you gonna
Nah.
attack with, Larry? The
Oh, I was going to attack with that guy.
Which
would-
has
would
a-
be great.
Okay,
but
but help us out. On that card, it has a what?
it says 5/5.
So, but it's a
It's
7/7
7/7.
because it has
Yeah,
2
but I only
counters.
have a 2/3.
Okay.
But it
I'm
doesn't have
attacking
haste.
with this one, which is a
But
1/5.
if he attacked,
It's the same reason why this.
if
does
he attacks
5
me with
points,
7/7, don't I
because
die?
You have
If you
something
chose
that
to block with
alters
it.
I
This counter
see.
right here.
Otherwise,
He's
it's
attacking
two
you.
plus one plus
You
one
can
counters.
choose whether to
It's
block or
altering
not.
its power
Okay,
and toughness.
so if I tried now,
Plus one
I
plus
can't
one
attack you.
So do
affects
you not
that.
attack with this?
He
It
can't.
has summoning
It has
sickness.
summoning sickness. He can't use it until his
He
next
can't.
turn.
Oh,
Okay.
he's got
Now,
the
riddle me-
pizza problem.
Yeah.
Pizza
I
problems.
had.
Yeah.
riddle me this, Batman, for the sake of argument.
All right.
If
Who's
he
afraid
attacked
of the big
me,
black bat?
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm not. If he attacked me
Never
with,
saw the movie.
If he attacked me with a
Film
7-7,
critic guy.
if he attacked me with a 7-7, and the only defender I have is a 5-5. Is there a combination with me giving up lives?
No, you would. It would die.
I either sacrifice this and then lose what? 2 more
you would.
lives?
You would not lose any life.
I just
because-
sacrifice him.
Yes. Go
tell you
ahead,
what,
mentor.
That
Mike.
happened to me. I'd hit him with a 2x4.
Well, I was going to
Okay.
say.
Now that the question,
Not so much here or here.
But right here, right here.
now that the question has been asked, I'm introducing the term chump blocking.
Yeah, we love chump blocks.
Okay, so
Is that-
what that means is this: if I attack with a creature, no matter the power and toughness, as long as it doesn't have a keyword called trample, I can block with a creature that has power 1, toughness 1, and that creature is considered blocked. I lose no life.
Yep.
Does it go to the graveyard?
That
Well, yeah.
creature definitely goes to the graveyard.
But you would take no damage unless
It's
that
a-
creature said
it's-
trample, in
it's
which
a
case you would take the
sacrificial lamb.
leftover.
It's a chump. It blocks, it dies, but it did its job.
Yeah, it protected you
It
from.
protected me from taking damage.
I mean, it could be a 25-25 that you're swinging at me. If I have a one, if it doesn't have trample and I got a 1/1, I'm good. That's a block. I don't worry about it. It's a 1/1. You know what I mean?
It's a 1-1 situation.
Yeah, it's a win. It's a 1/1 win-win. All right, Larry.
right.
Are you attacking or no? I mean, I give you a pretty sweet deal. You could. I gained 2 life, but I'm lowest. I'm dying here. I'm dying here, man.
Remember, I don't think that works because you are future son-in-law. So I mean, like,
Wait, I'm sorry. I beg to differ. I think your chances of dying increase exponentially. As son-in-law.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not wishing that upon you. I'm just trying to
His
state
chance
the
of
reality,
attacking
fella.
him to give him more life.
I just want to get it.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we're fine.
No,
We're good to go.
no, I'm good.
Alrighty.
I pass.
You have incurred my wrath,
And
Larry.
that's another thing too. If you don't block, that means, or if you don't attack, that means you're saving him to block later.
Exactly. So on the start of my turn, I untap everything. I have no upkeep. I will draw my card for turn. I'm going to play a land. It's going to be an island. And
Is it
then
an island in the stream?
that is what we are.
Strong.
No one-
That
no
was
one in
well
between?
played.
How
That
can we
was
be
well
wrong?
played.
Alrighty. So everybody else is playing their commander, and I want to be cool. So
Wait, what do you mean everyone? Are you playing your
well,
commander?
except for you, they have.
Well,
I wanna
somebody told me to make sure I get that land mixed in nicely, and it's frickin' mixed in nicely.
I
Wow.
told you to make sure it was well mixed. The way you mixed it could have been well, could have not. I wasn't watching.
Look, you got to go shaken, not stirred, okay?
Alrighty, so I'm going to tap 4 mana altogether and summon my commander, Inquisitor Greyfax.
Wait, your commander summons on 4 mana?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
does
Okay?
mine.
Why does mine take 6?
Well, that's because
It
you're
is.
playing, but you're playing green,
And
and it's also a 7/7.
It's a 7/7.
Mine's a 3/3.
You're playing green. You're saving the universe. You're
I
saving
am.
the world.
You're playing
Larry,
quite
I'm-
possibly my
I'm
favorite color
surprised you said
combination right
anything.
now.
If
I'm actually
AOC
rooting
were here with us right now, she
We'd
would
all
be
staring
playing
at her
green.
breasts.
That is true.
Or other parts of her anatomy.
No, Sanjay!
Alrighty.
Oh, now we're trying to kill people on this.
So what
Don't
Inquisitor
talk like
I am
that.
too, with the truth.
Don't talk like that.
what Inquisitor Greyfax says is
Will's
other
not here.
creatures I control get +1/+0 and have vigilance.
Okay.
Which means my creatures don't have to tap to attack. So I can just attack with them and they don't go sideways. I can still block with them. It's pretty cool.
So you can roll to attack.
Basically, yeah. So, and then I can also pay 1 and tap this to tap target creature and opponent controls and investigate. Which means I get to create a clue token that lets me draw cards. And then I'm going to tap my Soul Ring for 2 and my Sunken Hollow for 1 more to equip my equipment, my Inquisitorial Rosette, to my Sanguinary Priest. And it says, whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 2/2 Astartes Warrior creature token with Vigilance that's attacking. And then attacking creatures I control, and then attacking creatures gain menace until end of turn.
Oh.
What menace means is they cannot be blocked unless by 2 or more creatures. So I am going to move to combat, and you got pretty high life, so I'm going to swing at you with my my sanguinary priest. But when I do that, I have a trigger. So it says whenever I attack with
I
that
have a trigger
creature,
too. It's when I get attacked.
so I get to create a 2/2 vigilance that's also attacking
Now, where did that card come from? You just pulled that out of
out of the box.
the box.
It's a token.
What's in the box?
Apparently, token.
Apparently it's tokens.
Token? Does he have a base?
It's in the basement.
Oh no, it's Tolkien.
Tolkien.
What
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you think I was saying?
Yeah, JRR. So I'm attacking you with a 3/4 that you cannot block because you only have one blocker, and I'm attacking you with this other 2/2
So my artifact creature Necron.
Wait, why can't he block?
because it has menace, which means it has because what this says is
is that
whenever
like trample?
and it's a keyword like that but different. So menace means it can't be blocked unless by 2 or more creatures.
Oh,
So you only have one blocker
I
up,
have
so I'm
one
attacking you
blocker.
with it.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So if
And then
So
this,
had I
One
not
creature, so you
attacked,
can't block
and you
either.
can't block either because you only have one.
so had I not attacked
oh,
both
so
Larry and
if I'm,
Paul
let's say,
last
two
time and
creatures,
left this
that's
guy
part of
up,
it.
You could have
then
blocked.
You, okay.
So because you only
He's
have
gonna
both
get
only
through
have
if you
one
only have one.
blocker,
Oh.
I'm
Oh, that's
attacking the
fine.
both of you.
Actually, you know what? I
Yeah.
just thought of.
This
I got
is
two.
how Marmaduke got around Dennis the Menace.
because I got 2 blockers, and I can block
Said I have
everything you
that
say.
because
Yeah.
of that.
No.
So you are going to take 2 damage, Paul,
Not because of what this.
and
is.
you are going to take 3 damage,
73.
my friend.
Still, oh, I'm not.
Yeah. So
Not still winning.
and then I am going to gain 3 life because of lifelink.
And now,
See?
Now, didn't you just attack me too?
I did.
And
Yeah,
you-
I took the 2 damage from
Oh,
you.
you
yes,
already
sir.
did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Because once again, this has
you mean-
menace and
so when you attacked him with how many?
just 2.
But you took
I gained 3 life because I attacked you with this guy with
Yeah,
life.
he got life
Okay,
back.
but did I
But
lose?
when you attacked Paul, you lost lives.
No, I
no,
gained
no.
life.
But did
Paul
I
lost
lose
life.
any
No.
lives?
Hold
I'm
on, time,
confused.
Time.
Time out.
When you attacked Paul, you gained no life.
Yes, I gained no life
Thank
from
you.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
You gained life because of the creature that hit you.
Yes.
When you attacked me, did I lose lives?
Yes, sir, you
2.
did. 2 life because
Good.
this is a 2/2.
Very good.
So the reason you cannot block with this is because this equipment gives my creatures menace. So they cannot be blocked unless by 2 or more creatures.
Gotcha.
You only have
I
one
only have
creature,
one.
therefore you cannot block.
Well done. Well played.
Do any of us have a card that is a boom boom stick?
Oh, they're in here. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's got one in his deck that's I think 11 mana. It's called Blood for the Blood God. It deals 8 damage to each opponent. And then he gets to draw 8 cards.
Blood for the blood.
Blood for the Blood God. And it's an instant. He can do it at any time too. He discards his hand, deals 8 damage to all of us, and draws 8 more cards.
You ever seen that
my
meme
turn
that
off
says
the
"Never
lights."
judge a book by its cover"? And it's the Necromonger. And
Oh.
it says, "Except for this one,
You mean the Necronomicon?
Necronomicon."
Always judge this one by
Okay.
its cover.
Alrighty, and then that is the end of my turn, and I'm
Okay.
going to pass.
All right, I'm going to untap.
Alrighty.
On top.
Get what you
By the way, this is a 6-part series.
yeah. Okay. So
J.K. Rowling. J.K.
now, JK.
Jakey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I
All
know.
right. It's
What is it?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to pick a card.
All right, draw your card for turn. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I need a little help. No, I
And
don't.
there's a whole lot of
Okay,
explanation
so
that goes on with
I have a
You have
land
6.
card.
All right, you got 6 mana total. Now it's 7.
Okay, so I have 7 mana total.
But if you do that, you have to.
And I
sing
will
the,
say this.
Hey,
Okay,
Bill
I'm
has
going to give
3.
you a little bit of help because I have this deck and I play it.
God bless you.
So what your commander allows you to do? I'm sorry.
We've already.
Oh, have you already? Oh, okay, never
I've
mind.
already-
if you've
we
already filled them
coached-
in,
I've
we're
already
good to
coached
go.
him on
We
that
have-
just a
we
little
have a-
bit.
Cool.
we have a strategy.
We're good to go.
But
All
if
right.
you play this, you have to sing the song.
So
Pump
now-
up the jam.
Pump up the jam.
Pump it up. Okay, thank you.
By the Swedish band.
All right, so
Technotronic.
I'm going to. I'm
It's
going
also
to-
the national anthem of Canada.
I'm going to play this card.
Oh, that's Mortarian.
Don't
cool.
bend the card.
I'm going to.
Oh
Good.
my God. Paul, go home.
It's flat.
You bet,
Again?
Mortarian.
You just
The Damon,
jealous.
he's the Damon Primarch.
Okay, so and so
Oh,
that
yeah.
that
What I was
that
thinking.
cost me 5.
6.
Right, I understand,
Oh,
but
sorry.
5 mana plus a black, correct? All right, is this a black?
If you take 1 damage, yes.
No, make it part of the 5
Yeah, make that part of the 5.
That's
You can
1,
tap this for a black,
or part of the 5.
or part of the 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. This is black, correct?
There you go. Yep.
All right, that's a combo nation I like.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
All right,
Now.
very good. And now,
Wait, hold on. When you cast that,
Mm-hmm.
this triggers.
okay, which means what?
Spells you cast from your hand with mana value X or less have Cascade, where X is the total amount of life that
Your opponents have lost this turn. So I'm actually, you should have attacked first.
Correct.
Well, all
That
right.
was my fault.
So I can't
It's
attack. I
Rookie
can't-
move.
So next,
So actually, let's just
Yeah, let's rewind it.
Rewind.
Rewind
Because
it.
Wait a
screwed
minute.
up. No, hold on. You're
Okay.
still gonna be. We're still gonna do that.
Yeah.
All we're doing is this: attack with this first.
yeah, attack with that first. Who do you want to attack?
Judging by the board, there's
There's one person who is
Larry.
very easy to attack right now.
Okay,
Got
but
pretty
I
open
don't want
blocks.
to attack Larry because of the
he's got
die,
Yep.
right?
7, yes.
All right, so I'm going to attack Bill.
Okay, Bill. 5 is coming at you. You can block with your dude, but his has trample, so you'll take residual damage,
Meaning.
And your dude will die.
and your dude will die. So
However, if your dude dies, things happen.
yeah,
What happens if your dude dies?
No, you'll see.
Okay, so you're attacking me.
yes,
You can
I-
choose
you
to
can-
block with your creature or not.
or you can take the damage.
I'm going to choose to block with my creature just
Okay.
because it's for
Right.
show and tell.
Alrighty.
And so I turn this.
Nope.
All right, I block.
He blocks
Block.
with that.
Okay.
So you're gonna
Now-
take 2 damage.
Now there's no other things that are going to happen. So now damage
Resolves. They deal damage equal to their power to one another. This one
Simulta-
goes to the
and All of
graveyard.
this is simultaneous.
Simultaneous. Move your hand, please, bud. Thank you. So that's in your graveyard now. And because it has 3 toughness, you absorb 3 of the 5 damage that this was going
So
to
only
do.
got 2.
And you're only going to take 2.
However, once this dies, something else happens.
It says return all legendary creature cards from your graveyard.
No, buddy.
No, it's this one.
Whenever a non-token artifact leaves the battlefield.
Whenever or another non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard or is put
Exile.
into exile from the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
So who would you like to lose 1 life? You get to choose.
Oh, anyone?
Yeah, any one of us 3. You can choose.
Well, I would pick Larry.
Okay, so Larry's going to lose a life. That was, oops. Larry's going to lose 1 life, and you are going to gain 1 life
All right.
And then you're going to
And then you're gonna lose 2
from his.
from him.
I thought you already took my 2. You
No.
already
Yeah,
took
you
the
did.
2.
Did I?
I
Okay,
did.
I apologize.
Cheaters!
I apologize.
absolutely.
I'm horrible.
Okay. I'm
Now-
not sure how that helps me, but thank you.
Okay, so now you cast this.
Yes. Skadoink.
So, X is equal to the amount of life lost.
Oh my god, this is so freaking weird.
It is.
Okay.
So,
you
I'd
lost.
rather
no, this
learn
one right
how
here.
to fix a Jeep from Larry.
The total amount of life your opponents have lost this turn.
With
Which
a
he
salt
lost.
ball.
He lost 2.
he lost 1.
He lost 1.
So 4.
Even though he gained 1, he still lost 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. He lost 2 and he lost 1.
Yeah, so that's 3.
Okay, very good.
So now you flip over the top of your deck until you get a card with 3 casting cost
Or less, and you get to play it for free.
and it's played for free.
Okay, but okay. So I already pulled a card.
Yes.
No, you get to go.
You
through your
drew a card,
cards.
but
You
now
get to
you
go
get to
again.
do it
You get to go
again.
And I
through
need-
there and just find one.
I
that
can't-
you
You
want.
flip
So
them over.
flip it over. Nope, it's
It has to be
non-land.
A non-land.
Okay, and by the way, hang, well, as we do this, if it's not the right one, they're going back in the deck.
They
We're
go
gonna
back to the bottom.
reshuffle,
They
right?
go to the
They
bottom.
They go to the
bottom.
bottom in random order. No.
Good
Not that one.
God.
Oh, that's the one.
Hey, Soul Ring! You get a Soul Ring for free.
All right.
Now I'm not the only one with a Soul Ring.
That's balls.
And what is the soul ring?
It taps for 2 mana.
And that stays.
That
on.
stays.
Yeah,
that
You
stays
get
on.
it for free.
You get it for free.
Okay, and now what do I do?
What do you do with that one?
Stays up
You
there.
don't have to play every card every time.
No.
right?
No.
'Cause sometimes
Okay, now-
you want them to.
Hold on. Actually, this is really good right now.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
so if I wanted to, do I get to do more?
I mean, you've already done combat, so you can't attack again.
can't
You're
attack
in your
again.
second main phase.
Okay, Is there anything else I can do again? Oh, Mentor Mike.
Let me read.
By
what
the
this
way,
says.
That does something interesting.
the bottom of my soul ring card says,
Oh, but he didn't lose it.
as Horus once besieged the soul system, we shall bring the rotting Imperium to its knees. Abaddon the Despoiler.
Hey, that's him.
Yeah. It's my
Look
guy.
at you. It's thematic.
Watch out. What?
Finish your turn, sir.
Can I do anything else?
Do you have anything in your hand that costs 1 of any color and 2 extra, so 3? Anything in your hand that costs 3 that you want to do?
1 of any color plus 2 extra. No.
Alrighty, so then you pass your turn over
I
to Bill.
pass my turn to William.
All right. Guys,
And I started, right?
you did.
No, you started.
No.
No, you went
You're
first.
I did go first.
Don't start with me.
Don't start with me.
So, unfortunately, we have run out of time tonight, but we'll let you know next week who won. Spoiler alert, it's going to be me.
No, it's not.
No, it's gonna be me. House always wins.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah,
you.
the amount of shit that we bought tonight. Amazing store.
It is mind blowing.
remember,
I spent 20 here.
we know you do. Just keep in mind that if you are in the market for any kind of collectibles or video games, sports cards, any of that kind of stuff, check
Pops.
out
D&D, pop figures,
Lots of really cool stuff
action
here, guys.
figures.
Pokemon.
If you're a nerd, you'll love it here.
Get
Yeah.
dang straight.
check out
That's why I
Price
hate this
Busters.
place.
Ghostbusters games.
Price Busters games.
I've been coming here
Find
since
them
I
on
was 16.
Facebook. Find them everywhere.
I want to ask a question
sure.
before you wrap things up. How long, on average, once you figure out the game, does it take to play a game?
It honestly
you usually
depends.
start at 20.
So in typical standard Magic, the decks are a lot smaller. Your life total is smaller. You start with it's 60 card decks instead of 100. You can have 4 of any card as opposed to just the 1 that's in the Commander format. And games typically go a lot faster than they do in Commander. And typically games are one-on-one. The reason I like to play Commander so much is because it's a multiplayer format. You know, it's a game that's supposed to be played with a bunch of different people. Now, if you go up in the competitive EDH world, I mean,
Just
games
know
can
I
be
met a
over.
bunch of guys sitting around a house that learned how to play it. 4 guys like this, an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it just depends on the types of decks you're playing. You know,
Okay.
That's how big your deck is. Okay.
it is a deck measuring contest.
Well played.
Thank you.
So, in this, my favorite colors were always white and red, because I either wanted to lose in 5 minutes or win in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
There was no, I'm playing this for a half-hour long grueling games, because I'm just like, I'm done by like a half hour. I'm just like,
So in other words, do or don't. There is no try.
Do or do not. There's no try.
No.
Thank you very much.
Man, you're welcome. You and your contractions.
How southern.
Oh. Ooh.
Ah.
All right, guys. So let's sign off. Bill, you got anything to say?
We're be on the lookout. We're looking for a new UPC.
Yeah.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Michael?
thank you and good night.
Very good.
Paul?
How do you spell your name?
Shelton.
So Shelton. All right.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to make sure, so in case it was misheard to Sheldon or Shelton. Shelton, you've been amazing, and I really appreciate your tutelage. And dude, you not only do you know this game, but my goodness, you're good at explaining it. I gotta say, thank you very much.
I do my best. Thank you.
And Shelton, do you have anything to...
I do. I want to thank you guys for having me out. Thank you so much for letting me teach you tonight. I do appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing to be able to share my love of this game with other people. And thank you all so much.
Well,
Golf clap for Shelton.
We do.
And I win.
We definitely had fun.
Paul lost.
Yeah, Paul lost a
Yeah,
lot.
Paul is definitely the loser.
That's the most important thing.
Technically, me and Larry are tied for first, so
Yeah, and I have a
Oh.
commander.
so do I.
It's like
that-
kissing your
That's not
sister.
because he's
That
your future
doesn't
father-in-law. I
count.
get that.
That doesn't count.
Sheldon, wait
All right.
not to beat your future father-in-law.
Gotta take it a little easy on him.
Look, I'm a little drunk, okay?